hate when people tell me, you need to get a job. I'm trying to get a job. I can't seem to get a job nowhere.
Who is funding these non-working bitches?
The job market is terrible.
Y'all talk about get a job. There is none.
I've applied at so many jobs, no one will hire me, no one will call me back. I've applied at restaurants, coffee shops, office jobs, retail stores. I haven't heard back from anyone.
I've been unemployed and I've been looking for jobs crazy.
For those out there, do not even worry about getting a job. Dumb days is over. If you're worried about trying to get a job, dumb days is over. Getting a job in today's time, dumb days is over.
There's no jobs right now.
And for those who's talking about where the jobs at, how can I get a job? You get a job. There is none.
I go and I apply and I apply and I apply, okay? And then I get rejection and rejection and rejection with no probable cause whatsoever.
Okay guys, at this point, I'm gonna have to start selling feet pictures because this job market is unreal.
Welcome to the economy of broken promises, where degrees gather dust, applications vanish into black holes, and where hiring signs are just decorative lies. You were told to study hard, build a resume, network, hustle. You did all that. And now you're refreshing job boards like it's a full-time job, which is ironic because it's the only one you've got. Every listing wants 10 years of experience for an entry-level role. Every rejection email feels like a personality critique. And every interview ends with, "We'll be in touch," which is corporate code for "we won't." There are no jobs, just unpaid internships, gig work with no benefits, and vague promises of exposure. This isn't a job market, it's a scavenger hunt. And the prize? A paycheck that barely covers rent. But don't worry, they'll still tell you it's your fault, that you're not trying hard enough, that you need to stand out, as if the real problem isn't a system that's collapsing under its own weight.
I hate when people tell me, you need to get a job. I'm trying to get a job. I can't seem to get a job nowhere. You gonna give me a job? You gonna offer me a job? You think I wanna wake up every day broke and not have nothing to do with my life? No, I can't find a job to save my life. Well, unless you're going to offer me a job, shut your mouth and mind your business.
Blows my mind. There's 18-year-olds. Look at my eyes. There's 18-year-olds selling pussy. Why are you selling your private parts at 18? Did you even try to make a resume? Like, you didn't try to make a resume? You didn't even try to stand at Jane and Wilson and people then pick you up and get you a job? What the hell is going on? Like, not one resume, just straight up selling pussy. My God. I guess whatever makes you happy.
I'm a college student and I don't have a job. What have you guys been doing while you're in college to make money? I've applied at so many jobs, no one will hire me, no one will call me back. I've applied at restaurants, coffee shops, office jobs, retail stores. I haven't heard back from anyone. I made some money by dog walking in the area. I think I made $100 from that last week. I also have the Claim app so I can go on there and claim class action settlements. Made about $2,000 from that the 1 month, but it's not enough for all my bills and living expenses. Plus, tuition is really high right now, so I was wondering, what have you guys been doing while in college to make money?
You bought into the opinion piece that this is the worst job market in the history of forever, and that's the exact reason why it's so hard for you to get hired now. You stay up late every night, you're worried sick, you think every role is fake, you think the robots are taking over, you read through job descriptions and cross yourself off the list saying, oh my gosh, I'll never be able to get this role. There are people with doctorate degrees who can't even land an entry-level position. What makes me think that I'm even good enough to do anything of the sort? If not them, why even me? And then you go on and you apply to all these positions that are beneath your value because you think this is the worst job market ever. Mind you, that was the problem. You think that this is the worst job market ever, so you apply for roles that you think are easier to land that are beneath your value, but that's why you're not getting hired, because you look overqualified to your buyer. When you work with me, I show you exactly what to do step by step that'll help you land 6-figure remote positions that you fit quickly.
There's no jobs right now. That doesn't involve me. That's you still. I'm not part of that category no more. Why do I think I'm included in that? God forbid. There's no jobs right now. Not for me though. Not for me, though. I need to speak life into this job market. I need to speak life into myself. What makes you think I'm included in that bracket? I'm not going to hold myself back because you think there's no jobs. There's jobs for me. There's space for me. Oh, the market's oversaturated for you. The market's a bit like out for you. For me, not a chance. Are you stupid? Guys, we need to learn how to speak life into ourselves. I'm so sorry. I'm not part of the category. Don't include me in the category. I choose to remove myself from the category from now, from this date. Today is the 4th of August. By the 4th of August, I remove myself from the category of there's no jobs. Oh, the working life is not me, though. Sorry, if anybody wants to tell you anything, just say, not me, though. I'm not part of that category. What makes you think I'm involved? Oi, me like this, or hold me like this, I'm involved in that, God forbid. Let me even swoop my edge. God forbid.
What it feels like when you don't have a job. I quit mine not long ago, and it's the first time in my life I'm not a student, not an employee, I'm just me. At first it felt amazing, and I can feel the sunshine. I can walk peacefully in the road in the middle of the week and noticing small things to appreciate. But I'm not in a rich family, and I can't quit forever. What I did is just I saved myself for 2 years where I can live normally and I can chase my dream. It's like I'm using my savings to buy a year of freedom. And actually 1 year now is way more valuable than 1 year later when I'm old and retired. And you know, life gets expensive and time doesn't get better. Now is definitely the best deal I can get for what I'm spending. And until one day I opened my checking account and I got a negative balance. It's actually the same account my paycheck yearly landed. It has never been read before. I just forgot to move money from my savings to pay my credit card. So that moment actually do felt different. I feel like, oh yeah, I don't have a job anymore. So now, even I can still afford a cup of Starbucks, but I do pause. It's not because I can't pay it, it's because I will wonder, is this cup of coffee worse or less than a day of my freedom? And I guess my mindset will keep evolving, and this is just the beginning. Let's see where it goes.
Who is funding these non-working bitches? There are so many girls in my hometown that just drive around in a nice-ass car, don't have a job, everything's paid for. Like, I would get, like, I get it, your parents have money or whatever, but how are they just blindly supporting shit like that? Like, I'm, like, it's not just these people not having a job and they're doing something. They're not doing anything with their lives. I'm telling you this right now. These people are not, they're not in college, they don't have a job, they probably do drugs every day, damn near every day, fuck, like, I'm genuinely confused as to why a family would support shit like that. Like, bro, like, the ones who might actually deserve it don't get it. Like, I would be so grateful. I'd be so grateful. But I gotta work for everything I get. Like, I don't know, it's just a little irking, like, that these people just get handed shit, and they don't gotta lift a finger. Like, I wish. That's it. That's the rant. I'm jealous.
Something just occurred to me. I was sitting here scrolling TikTok, came across a video that Trump just signed a bill for no taxes on Social Security. That's great. That is fabulous. I'm so happy for people, recipients of Social Security benefits. Hopefully they'll start getting a little more money. The stuff that's, not being taken out. So that's good news. But for some reason, it just popped into my head. You know how there are tons of videos flooding social media right now of young people that are out there putting out dozens and dozens, even hundreds of applications, and they're having a very hard time finding work. Now, I could be wrong, but this is just my assessment. Please tell me what you think in the comments. My assessment is the reason that so many young people are having a hard time finding a job, or at least a large contributing factor, is because the cost of living is so high that it has forced a lot of the older population who would otherwise be retired right now, opening up those jobs for the younger people. So the older people are having to go back to work in order to afford to live. So that's eating up a lot of the jobs that would typically be available to the younger people that are just coming out of college and looking for work. I mean, does that make sense to anybody else? It just, for some reason, that just popped into my head. I really think that that is a big contributing factor to where all the jobs are gone. I mean, I'm sure that in some regard or another, there are other factors at play here, but I think that's what it is, because I see a lot of old people, people walking with canes, people dealing with cancer treatment, people in their 70s and 80s. I have a 74-year-old woman working in my department, but I see it everywhere I've ever been. Old people who should be retired, long retired, even up in their 80s, walking with canes down the hallway, or can barely walk at all, are forced to go back to work because they can't afford to live on what they get on their retirement. And I think that's why there are no jobs. What do you think? Just curious.
Okay, guys, at this point, I'm gonna have to start selling feet pictures because this job market is unreal. I have never seen a job market like this. I've never had so much trouble finding a job. When can anybody ever tell me before that you have applied for hundreds and hundreds of jobs? Like, I have years of experience in healthcare, in customer service, in education. I have a bachelor's degree that I can't even use. At this point, I have applied for more than 600 jobs. I am running out of thoughts to put on cover letters. I am running out of everything. Am I using ChatGPT? Absolutely. Aren't we all? Because we don't know what else to say on the cover letters. We're trying to tweak our bullet points or our summaries because we don't know what else to say. Like, and the fact that I have to just end up waiting a few more days to go back on LinkedIn or Indeed or even just different company websites because it's the same thing, because I'm applying so much and it's constantly the same jobs. But the problem also is that these are ghost jobs. They're not even real. Or you continue to see the same job that, like, oh, you know, reposted 2 weeks ago, and yet it says, 100 people have clicked on it. Well, then obviously they're just not even looking. But this is absolutely unreal. Obviously, costs are up. I'm in Illinois, so we've got tax on tax on tax on tax on tax. So our gas is nearing $4 because we have a new gas tax, and then we have the tax on the gas tax. And how are people supposed to survive? And I'm so tired of hearing like, oh, people are lazy and they don't want to work. Are you kidding me? I know I am not the only one. I see these TikToks all the time. People applying for hundreds of jobs. We're trying. Like, it's not a bunch of lazy people. Are there lazy people out there? Of course there are. But we're being put in with a lot of people that don't want to work when we're trying. I've seen people on LinkedIn who have applied for more than 1,000 jobs, which I'm not far from. But this is absolutely unbelievable. And I have applied, like, look, my bachelor's is in the healthcare field. Would I take something in customer service? Or like right now, I just kind of do a little bit of side hustling education, like tutoring and stuff. Just give me a job where I can pay the bills and have some benefits. I don't think that's too much to ask for. But
they talking about bullshit. Y'all talking about get a job. There is none. For those out there, do not even worry about getting a job. Dumb days is over. If you're worried about trying to get a job, dumb days is over. Getting a job in today's time, dumb days is over. It's over for that shit. And for those who's talking about where the job's at, how can I get a job? You get a job. There is none. It was never this hard to find a job or get a job, ever. But for some reason, it has been cracked down. It has been hard. It feels like things is coming to a halt. You feel like you're trapped with no air to breathe out of the hole. The hole is becoming thin. Now everybody's making their way to digital. They come into social media and everybody feels they're going to be able to make money if they get a certain amount of followers. I'm going to tell you what, if you don't represent or align with a particular someone, you ain't making shit. If you think the next step is being a streamer and a content creator, my friend, not everyone gonna make it. And it's not because you ain't good, you ain't talented. Remember 6ix9ine said something a couple years ago. He said, I'm trying to tell you he was never lying. And since then, he hasn't been the same since. He says, it's hate. You can be better than me. You can do better than me. And I could be terrible. And I still. Why? If you pay attention to social media, look at what particular individuals promote and show and do. It's a representation of their father. And if you're not showing that same reputation, then you're exempt from earning anything and being a part of anything. Welcome to the end times. He just told you right in front of your face, he's going to take regular citizens. Because if you ain't a part of something and doing something, that's where the hell you going. Whether you're good or whether you're bad. You're bad because you're not representing a certain way and showing a certain way. Even if you're good and you're trying to do right, you're bad. You have no choice but to be evil. The Bible told you in the last days, goods will be hated and evil will be good. Are you starting to get it? Is it not aligning and forming in your face what's happening? There's a lot of people, oh, he's confused, he's lost. Well, I don't know, maybe he's right, maybe he's wrong. Oh, you gonna find out. Oh, you gonna find out. It's forming right around you. And you still ain't getting it. Keep hiding, keep running. It's gonna get worse.
The job market is terrible, but here's my best advice that I can give somebody who's looking for a job right now. Number one, stay off of these recruiting websites, LinkedIn, Indeed, what's another one, Built-in. You don't want to go to those websites and think that, oh, this is the opportunity for me to find a job. I would say about 80% of those jobs are fake jobs. They're not real. They're either jobs that the companies are just posting so they can get their numbers up and say like, hey, we posted this job, we got this many applications for their statistics or whatever. I'm not too sure why they're posting fake jobs to steal your information. That's another reason. But yeah, stay off those websites. That should not be your main source to look for jobs. While I'm not saying that you can't get a job from there, what I'm saying is that it's flooded with fake jobs, fake recruiters, companies that just want to get their numbers up. It's not a good source for you to go and apply for jobs and think like, oh, this is where I'm going to get the job. So stay off those sites. Instead, what you want to do is you want to go to actual company sites. If you're applying for Amazon, you want to apply for Amazon on Amazon's career site. You don't want to go to Indeed and apply for Amazon. Go to Amazon's career site and apply for them. Same thing for Home Depot. If you want to apply for Home Depot, go to Home Depot's career site. Don't go to LinkedIn to apply for Home Depot, because first off, Home Depot is going to look at their career site before they look at anything else. The next, and this is probably the most important thing, your resume is not a one and all thing. Your resume needs to be tailored to each job that you apply to, not just you create one resume and you send the same resume to every single job. That's not going to work. With AI is already filtering through resumes, so you have to learn how to beat AI. Basically saying that there's a job description, there's qualifications. Your resume needs to have that job description and those qualifications on there. While I did not lie on my resume, I need you guys to understand this. Those qualifications and those job descriptions that you're applying for needs to be on your resume. Same thing with your cover letter. Let your cover letter reflect the job that you're applying for. Now, this is the second most important thing. Effort is going to produce results. Me, I had a goal. I applied to 10 jobs. every single day until I landed the career that I have now. Don't believe me? Here's my daily goals. Apply for 10 jobs. The job market sucks and companies aren't hiring like that. But if you follow these steps, you can use those to get yourself just that extra step above the other candidates. And eventually you're going to find the right job. You're going to find a job that is hiring, that is looking for people, and you're going to land an interview. When a company reaches out to you for an interview, ask all the questions. Ask what is the process of the interview, what is going to happen in the next interview. If it's a technical interview, ask what type of questions are you going to be asking me to answer, and then do your research. Look up the answers to those questions. Look up how to find those answers. If you lied on your resume, you need to be able to make sure that that lie is not a lie. Like I said, I can't speak on this because I didn't lie on my resume, but if you did, you put something that you wasn't familiar with on your resume, and that's something that the company's going to want to learn about and want you to know, you need to make sure that you're doing your research so that you know what that information is by the time that interview happens. I'm not saying this is the end all be all the information that you're going to need, but it's definitely information that's important. If you're not tailoring your resume to each job that you're applying for, you're not doing it right. Let me know if y'all want more tips and tricks. Y'all be positive. Peace.
I've been unemployed and I've been looking for jobs crazy. And then I recently did an interview last week, and let me tell you, like, I put my back, my heart, my soul, my tears into this interview. This job is literally the job, like, I felt resonated best with me. Like, I have so many years of experience. I have everything that they needed, like, is right here. Now, mind you, like, the guy that was interviewing me, oh my god, amazing, and I'm literally like, spiel, like, killing it. And I hate interviews. I suck at interviews. I literally have to talk to myself a million times. I have to, like, pretend. I do mock interviews with myself all the time. So I'm literally giving my all, and he's like, oh my god, like, I love this candidate. He's like, but I have to tell you something. I'm like, he's like, I'm actually going to record the interview now. He's like, please don't get nervous. It's just I had to ask you a couple questions, and now I have to ask you these questions on tape or live recording. And let me tell you, I'm on my mojo. I'm like killing it. I could tell I'm good. When he say you're about to go on recording, I like, what? I have to repeat all that again? Man, and I was just so upset because I'm like, fuck, okay. But it's not as natural as the first time, because now I'm like, not robotic, but I'm just very like, oh fuck, what did I say last time exactly? Like, so he's like, okay, he's like, I think you're such a great candidate, like, for this position. I'm going to, have this sent over. You're going to get a message within Monday or Tuesday, no later Tuesday. Cool. My gut told me to message yesterday. It's, now it's Tuesday, but I was like, you know what? Like, I don't want to push it. I don't want to be, like, overboard. And I sent an email, like a thank you email the next day. And now it's Tuesday, so I'm like, of course I'm going to follow up. Then to be told that, the hiring manager, like, is going to be passing on my application and rejecting it. And my heart today is so, like, it gotta be, like, Mercury retrograde, because, and I just feel like every rejection is a redirection, but damn, the one time, like, that I'm interviewing to something that's really for me. Oof, I did not expect to fucking cry. Oof, just because it just happened, so I'm pissed. Just a reminder that you just keep showing up for yourself, you're going to land something really huge and big. And it's just been such a headache. Like, I hate being unemployed. It's fine. That just means something better. It's coming along the way. But besides that, guys, like, this market is rough. It's rough. I mean, it's got me contemplating going back to school, and I don't even want to do that. But honestly, something's gotta give.
Hey guys, I don't even know how to begin this, but I am really at a breaking point. I am just an ordinary girl from China, and I don't know if you have realized this too. Like, life sucks. When I was a kid, I used to think everything in the world was beautiful and full of hope. People told me that if you just work hard, things would work out. And I believed it. So I worked so hard. I studied so hard for over 12 years. I studied non-stop, no weekends, no breaks. If I wasn't in class, then I must be in tutoring. Math, physics, chemistry, English, Chinese, etc. Like everything, really everything. And all that efforts finally paid off. I got into a pretty good university. Only about 3% of students can get into that university. Here is my diploma. This, if you're Chinese, maybe you know this university. I thought things would get easier after that, but the truth is no, not at all. In my first year of college, I worked so hard to stay in the top 10 of my class, because I wanted to get a grad school without taking entrance exam. But in my second year, I realized my major had terrible job prospects. I started to thinking switching major and preparing for another field. Watched hundreds of hours of fine lectures, took detailed notes, gave up every single winter and summer break. Then came the junior year. That's when I found out even grad school wouldn't help, especially in humanities. People with master degrees were doing the same job as undergrads. So I gave up on grad school and threw myself into find internships. I have found 4 internships by now. I have passed all the necessary certificates and literally non-stop. But now that I have graduated, I still don't have a proper job. Good jobs were impossible to get. Even mid-level ones reject me because I am overqualified. That's insane, really insane. I'm getting crazy. I am graduated, so my family is pressuring me to take any job, really any. But because I am unemployed, so I have no say in anything. Tonight I have got another rejection, and honestly, I just broke down. I started recording this video because I need to know, is it just us? Just our generation in China? Or is every 20th something around the world just as lost, stressed, and struggling as we are? I don't know, but one thing I do know is life sucks. Life really sucks, huh?
Fucking disgusting, I tell you. People are fucking disgusting. What am I even working for at this point? What am I even trying to do at this point, okay? I go and I apply and I apply and I apply, okay? And then I get rejection and rejection and rejection with no probable cause whatsoever. Just like, oh, okay, like fucking 3 months later. And then when you do get an interview, it's like playing fucking Where's Waldo, bro? Oh my god, where am I gonna go interview? Please send me the address of the interview place.
This is a screenshot.
Please.
A map.
I beg of you. Let me go through 3 trials or interviews and yet you won't tell me the location of the place. Be fucking for real. You remember that?
Yeah.
What is this?
Because it was...
I go to an interview today. And it's the most bullshit experience I've ever... Unprofessionalism at its finest. Why am I having to sit on my ass when my interview is scheduled for 12 p.m. and I have to sit on my ass for half an hour for you to come out and get me? For you to come out and get me. And then what do? You start interviewing me in the middle of the fucking hallways where there's 500 people just bustling back and forth. Then you take me to the shoddy ass back room and you just sit there and just dog on all of your employees and talk about how everyone's shit and how no one follows the rules and how this are your expectations and you shouldn't do this or that or that or that. And what? Guess what? On top of all of that, I don't even get a 30-minute lunch. No. I'm gonna work all day and get only a 15-minute lunch, and I can't leave the building. But you know, just know that you're gonna get hit, kicked, spat, punched, verbally abused every single day. But you know, that's just part of the job. It's part of the job. Buck up. I'm beyond pissed. What have we come to? What is this job market? What is anything?
We apply. And then they motherfuckers wanted me to do my onboarding, my training in a different location. They won't tell me the location until I start the job, and I've signed everything.
Because they're trying to scam you.
1 block away, or 2 blocks away.
From O Block, bro.
From O Block.
I mean, nothing's wrong with O Block, but like, why are you trying to hide the fucking address? Like, it's like, if you were like, I feel like if they were upfront with you from the beginning, you probably would have trusted them more.
Exactly.
But it's the fact that they're like, no, the training is in downtown. Oh, this and that. Oh, you know, we can't give out the address till you're an employee. Why are you being so secretive about it, bro? Like, if you want people to work there, be transparent. Be for real. Like, it's like playing a fucking game of cat and mouse with all these employers.
And then you keep applying, and no one wants to hire anyone anymore. But then
somehow there's a demand for the job. But, you know, for context, we work in schools.
How am I supposed
like,
to
it's
get
just
experience if no one wants to hire me?
not just that. We have experience, and you still get these bullshit places with terrible management, terrible fucking.
A recruiter messaged me on LinkedIn. She's like, send me your resume. I'm like, okay, bet. I sent her my resume. She deletes the conversation.
She ghosts you, bro. Have you gotten ghosted by a recruiter? Have you gotten ghosted on LinkedIn?
I'm like, it's like it never happened. What did she see that was so bad there?
You can't.
What'd you see, bro? Just let me know.
You know what? At the end of the day, fuck this country. Fuck everything.
I need to leave.
I need to leave. I can't do this anymore because what am I working for at this point? What am I working? See, now I'm gonna have to force myself to go work in that place for a week or two just so I can pay my rent this month. I'm gonna have to re-traumatize myself, okay? This is not the first time I've gone through this. No, I'm gonna willingly re-traumatize myself so I can pay my bills. Yeah, so I'm gonna go to work. I'm gonna get the life kicked out of me, basically, you know? And then come on home. She was like, don't worry, you won't be leaving with bruises every day. I swear to God, she said it like that.
Oh my fucking God.
She's like, don't worry, it's not like every day you're gonna be going home with like cuts and bruises. It's just like, you know, occasionally, you know, maybe 3 times a week, 4 times a week.
I'm so done.
Fuck America. Fuck everything. I'm gonna go unalive myself. Goodbye.
Oh, you're still here? Still clinging to the idea that something will change if you just refresh the job board one more time? Adorable! Let me guess. Today you applied to a junior position that required 10 years of experience, 3 languages, and a willingness to work weekends for the exposure. And tomorrow, you'll get another rejection email that starts with "Dear applicant" and ends with "Best of luck in your future endeavors." Because nothing says "we value you" like a copy-pasted dismissal. But hey, at least you got a response. Most companies don't even bother anymore. They just ghost you like a bad Tinder date. Except you were the one bringing value and they were the ones wasting your time. And the job market? It's not a market, it's a casino. You pull the lever, spin the wheel, and pray to the LinkedIn gods that someone, somewhere, will take pity on your perfectly formatted resume. Meanwhile, the advice keeps rolling in. Just network more. Have you tried cold emailing? Maybe you should pivot to tech. As if the problem is your lack of hustle, not the fact that the economy is a flaming dumpster fire with a hiring freeze taped to the lid. But sure, let's pretend it's your fault. Let's pretend you're not trying hard enough. Let's pretend the system isn't actively designed to keep you desperate, compliant, and grateful for crumbs. Because nothing screams healthy labor market like unpaid internships, gig work with no benefits, and full-time roles that pay less than your rent. And don't forget the motivational quotes. Success is just around the corner. Every rejection is redirection. Your dream job is out there. Yeah, probably in Narnia, right next to the affordable housing and functioning healthcare. But here's the real kicker. they'll still tell you to smile, to stay positive, to trust the process. As if the process isn't a meat grinder dressed up in corporate jargon. And while you're out here questioning your worth, the CEOs are cashing bonuses the size of small countries. The recruiters are posting TikToks about quiet hiring, and the companies are laying off thousands while bragging about record profits. But sure, tell me again how it's your fault. Tell me again how you need to stand out. Tell me again how you should be grateful for the opportunity to compete for a job that doesn't even exist. Because that's the game, isn't it? Keep you chasing, keep you doubting, keep you quiet. But here's the truth they don't want you to say out loud. You're not broken. You're not lazy. You're not failing. You're surviving. In a system that was never meant to let you win. And that's not weakness. That's resilience. So go ahead. Take a breath. Let the rage settle. Let the sarcasm simmer. And then do what they fear most. Tell the truth. Loudly, relentlessly, unapologetically. Because if there's no job in this economy, then maybe it's time to stop playing their game and start rewriting the rules.